One of the things that your show, I hope, will do is create more understanding about not just the LGBT community, but about the complexity of identity, right? Like I think a lot of people actually don't know what a drag queen is. And can you talk a little bit about?
Well, I'm really intrigued by, I was just talking in the green room actually about how when I first came into the drag community, every trans woman I ever met was a drag queen. But then it took a while until I started doing activism. Even as someone in the queer community, as a drag queen, I finally met trans women who weren't performers. And then it took me to be more like, oh my God, that's true. Gender identity, gender expression, your job, your pronouns, they're all different. Yeah. Your gender expression can be feminine and your gender identity can be male. I'm gonna get dragged for not knowing their name. Tokyo Styles. Do you know
Tokyo?
Tokyo Styles has a very feminine gender expression, but as far as I know, their gender identity on the line is usually presented as male, or lots of other people. Or there's that kid, the millionaire kid on BET,
yes,
who has that hair show.
Vince,
that one.
Yes, he does the wigs.
I don't.
Someone Google.
What's his name? Cliff Vermeer.
Yeah. So Cliff Vermeer is like, I am pretty, I wear wigs, I wear dresses, but I am a man.
Right.
So their gender expression is different from their gender identity, and the pronoun is everything can be so much different. When I lived in California for 6 months in Berkeley, they're so granola and green, where they say, "Hi, my name is Bob, and my pronouns are he, him, she, her,
and they."
And so you realize, oh, someone tells you their name and their pronouns, which I never grew up understanding. But then, as I moved to New York City and started meeting people who identify as non-binary, who identify outside of their gender expression, being like, oh wow, there is it. Like my pronouns are he, him, she, her. Like literally based on what I'm wearing. Usually all my close friends call me she, no matter what. Usually if I'm in a theater setting, they call me him. My mom calls me him. But I usually bounce between he, him, she, her.
You see yourself as fluid in that way?
Yeah, to be honest, I do have a non-binary gender expression. But I never felt the need to use they pronouns, which are pretty much exclusively non-binary. My gender pronouns tend to be either binary, while I tend to have a more gender fluid life.
How difficult is it to explain that?
A little more of this gender fluid.
There you go.
It's just water, everybody.
No, it's gender fluid.
It's gender fluid today. Better drink your gender fluid.
You good?
Yeah, well, come on, just have some gender fluid.
Enjoy your gender fluid. So
we're so annoying.
So
it's room temperature.
It's better that way.
What is happening?
See, Bob?
I have derailed the whole.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
You, sir.
No.
Yes, you have.
Ma'am, they.
Yeah. I'm gonna fight
So
you.
how hard is it to sort of convey that complexity you just gave to us to people in the black community, to your family? Because it seems like that would be a hell of a thing to do.
Yeah, that's interesting. My mom, who is one of my best friends in the world, I was talking to her the other day. She's gonna kill me for saying this, but I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was helping some transgender activists raise money to go to DC, and she was like, I'm helping the lady down there, and she is a transgender, and I was like, well, you can't be a transgender.
Right.
You can be transgendered with an ED, but you can't be a transgender. You can be a trans woman, but you can't be a transgender. So, and she was like, oh, well, I'm learning, I'm trying.
Right.
And I think that sometimes folks in the black community who don't hear it don't want to hear it.
Right.
Folks who go, well, it's all the same. And I was like, okay, well, you're literally just choosing to not hear.
It's not the same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for like people who come from a maligned culture, like black people who aren't willing to see the struggles of other maligned cultures, I can't think of another word besides ignorant to express it. If you can't parallel your experience with that of someone else, especially considering that like when black queer people try to tell you that there is a parallel, you have to believe them because they have the black experience and the queer experience. So just take their word for it.